It's been a while since the last one. Lots changed. um, I guess to keep the context short, since it's not even really what I want to talk about today. My girlfriend broke up with me, and I've kind of been dealing with the fallout of that. What I wanted to talk about today was really just honestly, I kind of lost it. Damn, what did I want to talk about? I think I might have lost it. Oh, I should have wrote it down or something. I don't usually come into these with a plan, but I figured since I'm taking a break, this would probably be nice to do. Let me think. Here, actually, let me see what I wrote down most recently. Maybe that give me a clue about what I wanted to say. Where is that? Yeah. I don't know. I just don't know if I want to talk about the stuff that I wrote down. But I guess I will. Maybe I didn't have a specific plan. I just wanted to come here and talk. Damn you, past me, making me be healthy and shit. Talk about my feelings. Well, damn. Does this repair my car? No. Okay, we just want to look at the front then. Anyways, I guess the most recent thing I've been thinking about is learning what I want out of my friendships. That's actually been a really hard question to answer because of all the walls I've put up. They don't keep me from making friends, but they keep me from being able to enjoy that friendship properly. And after my breakup, for some reason, I still don't really know why yet, I felt oddly motivated to like try to make better relationships with new people and with the people that are around me now. Maybe, you know, the relationship that I had with my girlfriend, you know, took down some mental barriers that kept me from being interested in making these kind of relationships. But whatever it is, I felt a certain burst of motivation and it stuck around. And so now it's just kind of been something that I've been letting my brain wander on, and I've been jotting down things of note as they come to me. And, you know, every now and again, I'll just kind of get an urge to fulfill some social need. And that's, you know, I'll be aware of it and I'll sort of think about how to, I guess I'm just aware of it and I just acknowledge it, since it's not something that I've made note of before, so it's not like I could really recall it. So I'm aware of it and I acknowledge it, and become aware of it to keep in mind when I'm in the moment trying to make these better relationships with my friends and new people, because I've had a few conversations with some of them, and you know, one of them asked me, you know, what do I need, and I didn't know how to answer that. I really didn't. One of the other things I've discovered is that some of my more significant desires, I've come to understand that not everybody will be able to give that to me, which isn't new, to be clear. It isn't new at all, but it does make it difficult for those friends who are um, who hear what I've said about my past friendships and how I felt about them and feel bad and want to try really hard to be a good friend to me. And so it's just kind of hard when they try really hard and directly when I gotta break the news to them that, I mean, maybe you just can't give me what I need. Um, and so, I understand that. And I added on to that idea that I already knew, and reminded myself that there will be people who are just too different or aren't good at giving what I need. I can't have intellectual conversations like this with everybody, which is unfortunate. I would really like to. It's one of my passions, psychology and all that. But I just can't talk to everybody like this, especially when it comes to talking about my self-development, because that's something I'm also interested in. Not everybody just can hold the conversation and add something useful to it like I would like them to, and that's okay. But that does mean for those people who can't do that, I will have to find ways to love them for who they are and what they can give in the friendship. And that's just hard because it'll take longer, which is something that I am not fond of. I'm impatient, and something they probably won't be fond of because, they'll probably just be feeling bad knowing that, I just don't feel great about my friendships, and there's not really anything they can do immediately to fix it. But honestly, that's the worst case scenario. I wouldn't be in this predicament if my friends were particularly socially intelligent or possess a lot of social awareness. So really the only person that's going to be thinking like that is me, because I don't know, my brain's just really geared for being very thoughtful and considerate of the relationships that I'm in. So that's just kind of a few things that I've come to think. Honestly, I think the problem is I'm in a different headspace now than I was when I made the plan to hop on and start talking. So I guess rather than trying to reach back into it, I can just talk about now. I'm sure I'll think of something worthwhile of saying after rambling for a bit. Right now, I'm hungry. I'm trying to save money, and also I just haven't had any ideas of what I want to make or cook that isn't just meat and a side. I don't know any dishes I'd want to cook. I know you can look up recipes and shit to find stuff to make, but ADHD, I'm not gonna do that. I have other things to do, and frankly, I don't think about what I want to cook until it's time for me to go to the grocery store, and by that time, it's too late. It's too late, and also limited access from what the fuck? What the hell is wrong with this fucking track? I'm never doing this shit again. This thing actually kind of fucking sucks. Why would he do that? Maybe I'll make my own. That way it can be the length that I want it to be and won't have any bullshit like that. Oh hey, my car looks better. I guess I repaired stuff after a bit. But yeah, I'm hungry, and the solution to that is obvious, but the answer to why I can't do that solution is ADHD. It's not a sufficient answer, I do get that, but I don't know if I want to go on that rant right now, because it just harkens back to the conversation I had, I think, in one of my last videos about just motivation. I am so ass at self-motivating. I don't know if that's a common feature of ADHD, but I know it's a common feature with me. So just if anything's too inconvenient or takes too many steps, I just can't do it. And I feel like, I think if I do ever end up talking about this to someone who doesn't have ADHD, like one of my friends, obviously not like a therapist, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna mansplain ADHD to them. Um, but something I need to preface um, when talking about that is when I say it takes a lot of steps, I don't mean whatever your idea of quote unquote it takes a lot of steps means in your head. That's not what I mean by it takes a lot of steps. Because obviously it, you could easily dumb it down and say it doesn't take a lot of steps to just go on your phone and look up shit you want to cook and then find the ingredients and go cook that shit. You're right. It does take a lot of steps. But you got to take into the account we just have different thresholds for what is a lot of effort, and also the environment matters. Cause like I could look up shit that I want to make right now, yeah. Look up recipes I want to make, and how to make them. But I can't make it right now. I'm not gonna go to the grocery store right this instant and go buy those ingredients, and therein lies the problem. I'm not gonna go right now, and that means I'm not gonna go later. Not because I'm going to procrastinate it, but because later I probably won't even remember, if I'm being honest. I likely won't even remember, and I can't even plan to go. I can't even really plan to go because I just don't know what I'll be doing that day. Since it's such a loose commitment and one that I made, again, that idea of self-motivation, I can't do it. I don't listen to myself. So if I make a plan to go to the grocery store later, if something comes up, I'm not doing it. It just won't get done anymore, and it's really as simple as that. If there's just something else that I would want to do, and go to the grocery store gets in the way of that, then I probably just won't do it. And I could reschedule it, but there's no guarantee that wouldn't happen again. And so that's why that's why I'm not gonna do that, and also because I don't want to right now. And if I don't want to do it, then I'm not gonna do it. But the unfortunate thing with that is I probably won't want to do it later because I just won't remember. And if I do want to, like even in the general realm of I'm probably gonna want to cook again. I'm definitely gonna want to cook again. But when that idea of I want to cook now comes up, I'm not gonna remember to pull out your phone and look up some recipes. I'm not gonna remember that. That's not gonna be the first thing that comes to mind. I'm gonna be like, oh, what am I gonna cook? What am I gonna make? I'm just gonna ask myself what I'm gonna make, because my brain just always takes the path of least resistance. So first I'll ask what I want to make, if I want to cook something, and then I'll just get stuck on not knowing what I want, because I can only think of basic shit, and my brain, the only step after that is to just find an easy answer. I guess it's just not ingrained in me to for the next step to be looking up recipes. But honestly, I'll just talk about it. It does got me interested, and it does help that I'm hungry. So maybe I will. Honestly, that's the first step, is just talking about it. And this will be an interesting thing to explain. So obviously, self-motivation is difficult, but I've never really had anybody around me to motivate me to do the things I need to do. So obviously I've needed to find a way to work around that. I think a common solution, and probably my most favorite, is that I just talk to myself. But not in my head. I gotta do it out loud, and preferably it's recorded. Because then I can go back and listen to it and be like, past Joe was talking to me. Having that separation makes it a lot easier to make it feel like someone else is telling me to do that. And so, talking out loud about this kind of stuff, I think helps at least cement the concept more in my mind, whatever it is that I'm trying to cement in my mind. I think that's why I like doing these. Well, actually, there's a bunch of reasons I like doing these. It's helpful. It's fun to do. Just shooting the shit. It would be nice to shoot the shit with someone else. But I can fake shoot the shit for now. I got a lot to say. And I do write, I type into my notes app every now and again. but there's just something that's really like just different about doing this, about recording my voice as if I'm talking to someone. Because I feel like you can't really talk out loud and still be talking to yourself. I don't know. That's just how I see it. And I think that's the best way I could explain why this is so much different than just saying it to myself in my head. I think it's because I think that divide is there because oh my fucking god, this car. That divide's there because like I am usually quiet. I don't when I talk to myself, it's not usually out loud. Sometimes I'll mouth things, but I don't speak out loud if I'm just by myself. So I guess, you know, Occam's razor, the simplest solution is usually the solution. I just have the concept that if I'm talking out loud, I'm talking to somebody. And that's enough to fool my brain into being like, yeah, that motherfucker that said that, he's speaking. I should listen to him. And then I'm like, motherfucker, that's me. What the hell are you talking about? That's me, nigga. What? But, you know, it's what I do. It's how I do. It's what I do. So maybe that's what I'll use this for. Also, it's just fun to be driving. I like the crew too. It's really satisfying. It's satisfying enough, I will admit. It's not really satisfying. I think I've played better racing games with better feel to it. But you know, I can't complain. It's something that's just mindless. And like I'm not even really focusing on the road when I'm speaking because it takes a lot of effort to really articulate some of these thoughts. And also I always hyper focus when trying to be articulate. So I guess that's not really something I should say as if that's like special. Whenever I'm talking about deep stuff, nuanced stuff, I get focused. Ooh shit. I don't know why that was funny to me. I have like actually no clue why that was funny to me. But yeah, man, I wish I could remember what I was gonna talk about honestly, because I was really convinced like, oh yeah, this conversation is gonna be like easy 45 minutes, especially now that I ain't on my meds. Yeah, this shit's gonna be 45 minutes easily. So this is set up to be a pretty long race, and it would really suck to not have much to say like 17 minutes in when I got about 17 more minutes to go at least. I really gotta stop spinning out too. But I just don't remember what I was thinking about earlier. I really don't. So I guess I can just keep talking about my current situation. Ran out of medicine. So I said I'm out of my meds. Ran out of my medicine. I had to double up on it to increase the dose because it wasn't working. And I haven't found a place that holds my medication. My therapist? I don't know if she's I guess she is my therapist now, my psychiatrist. Shit. She just recommended me pharmacy. It's a bit out of the way, but I mean, honestly, I don't even know why that was a consideration at first, because it's not like I'm going there every week. Jesus Christ. It's not like I'm going there every week, so having to go out of my way every once in a while to buy some medicine isn't that bad. What else? I don't really want to get into the weeds of my recovery from this breakup, because I don't know, I just don't know if I want to get into my feelings right now. But I mean, I don't have anything else to talk about. The breakup was tough. She was peak. I'm not gonna lie. She was peak girlfriend. My friend is rightfully very upset at how she did it and thinks very lowly of her. But honestly, the way she broke up with me wasn't really, I guess, surprising. The things she said were surprising, but like, she did something similar for a similar reason. And you know, I just kind of knew that she she's a little anxious. She just gets a little frustrated sometimes. Gets a little overwhelmed pretty easily. Um, so like I'm not upset, and something that I've noted multiple times is that honestly I still love her. I do. We were solid. We were really solid. I was really hurt at the moment, in the moment, um, because she said the things that like were my worst nightmare to hear, and I've heard before, and words that are the prime reason for why I'm so closed off and defensive. Um, and so like in the moment I was destroyed, absolutely devastated. But now that I've had some time to think, um, I've developed better methods to recover from stuff like this, and I've just kind of been acknowledging and noting my feelings as they come along. That's how I'm certain of some things and know when other things are bullshit, because certain things have just come up multiple times. That's how I know I do love her. I'm not saying that because like, oh, I'm being emotional or anything. Or like, oh, I miss her. I love her. Wait, my baby. I want her back. But like, no, I genuinely do still love her. Um, the things she said and what she did isn't enough to soil her character for me, because like it just wasn't bad. It just wasn't bad. Like wholeheartedly was not bad. Like assuming that like she's not deceptive and just does have problems dealing with being overwhelmed in whatever way she was overwhelmed. Um, like I feel inclined that she just made a brash decision. Um, and she said she doesn't want to. She said she doesn't want to continue this. And during the phone call that I had, she just said bye. Um, and after I think the day after sleeping on it and thinking on it a bit, I realized that I have some stuff I wanted to say. I have some more things that I wanted to say. So I reached out to her friend, um, because I was making friends with her friends because that's what she wanted, and we actually did become decent friends. You know, decent friends for the context I had only known them for about a week. um, so I asked her friend, hey, could you ask her if we could talk one more time in person? That's a short of it. I sent a lot more than that. And he said that she said, and I quote, I just want to be left alone about it right now. And that's all the information I got. So I don't think she hates me. And I'm not really sure if she actually doesn't want to see me ever again. And I know how that sounds. Like, oh my god, she blocked you, and she said you don't want to continue this, and you still like, no, shut up. All right, I'm not trying to get back with her. If she doesn't want to date, she doesn't have to date. But she had a crush on me. I was just content with just being friends with her because I really liked her and she was cool, and also she was just interesting, and intelligent. She had some good emotional intelligence, so she could hold, deep conversations and stuff. So like I was fully okay with just being friends with her, and I think even though, we did start dating, I don't think that diminished the progress of our friendship at all. I think we were still doing well and growing as friends, and so, I just feel like throwing it all away, friendship included, is just the wrong move. But I'm not sure if you considered that or not. Again, there's just not a whole lot of information to go off of. So, if I see her again, I plan to. I wrote up a little note that I plan to give to her. That's essentially just asking if I could sit with her. We don't have to talk about it, and we don't even have to talk at all. But I just want to sit with her, and in the note, towards the end of it, I was like, hey, despite all this, I do know that you have the right to decline, to say no, and I respect that. But I will ask that if you do say no, can you at least let me know if you never want to see me again? Because I'm just unsure, and I don't want to regret not taking the opportunity and never knowing for sure if she was done with me completely. Because it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for her to like be so like sure in herself that she never wants to see me again. And also, she didn't say that, to be clear. She didn't say that, and in the phone call, she took forever to hang up. When I didn't have much more to say, I just kind of sat in silence because I didn't. It's not like I didn't have the balls to, but I wasn't going to say goodbye because I didn't want to. So like, that was her job because that's what she was here for, to say her piece and then leave. So when she got to being about ready to end the phone call, she would say like, I mean, I guess, like, you guess, try to have her finish the sentence, and then she would ask me again, are you sure there's nothing else you want to say? And I would just respond with something generic like, no, not really. And I believe that happened like 2 or 3 times before she finally finished her sentence and was like, if there's no more to say, then I guess this is a goodbye. I can't remember what she said as her goodbye. But eventually she hung up and I went back to work. Yeah, not to mention this happened on my break. She sent me a message. She sent me a screenshot of her notes app that said how she felt, and then she said, you can call when you're ready. And I had just gone on break, so I ended up calling her. I was actually late to come back off a break because she took so long to hang up. During one of the silences, I was like, when she asked me if there's anything that I had to say, I asked her, I mean, is there anything that you want me to say, anything that you expect me to say? Because part of me, like, again, I just couldn't fathom why she would make such a tough decision, such a hard decision that I would think, would be hard to make, considering that we had such a good time together, I thought. And considering that she said nothing that she said to me was a lie. So I asked her, is there anything that you want me to say, anything you expect me to say? Obviously she said no. And that she just wanted to, I think she said she just wanted to make sure that, like, I said anything and that I got closure, which I don't believe. She was decently good at hiding how she really felt or how she really thought. So like there was a point in that conversation where I was just like, does she want me to fight for her? Does she want me, like, is this a fucking test? Is she trying, like, I don't think it was a test, like, straight up, like she's trying to break up with me to be like, do you really love me? Because she's not that type of person. But like the way she would ask me if I had anything else to say, I was really wondering if she at least wanted to hear me or expected to hear me make an argument for why we should stay. But in the note that she sent me, she complained about me pushing her boundaries. So obviously, I'm not gonna push her boundaries and be like, are you sure you want to break up? Are you sure you don't want to continue this? Like, and also because the pushing boundary comment really hurt me because, like, I didn't. In fact, she made it very clear that she wanted to take it slow, and we did. So, like, clearly she's not talking physical boundaries. She's talking something maybe mental, maybe emotional, but I wouldn't know what the boundary was or would have been, I guess, because she just never said anything. Like, I'm real defensive and real protective of myself and my feelings and stuff. So I'm like super like overthinking, observant, aware. So for her to like assuming that what she wrote in the note was true, for her to feel all those things and me not notice, I'm a little skeptical that she really felt all of it. I would like to assume that she's exaggerating and that what happened Friday night was just, I guess, just too much for her. which the context for that isn't really important. Is it? No, it's not. I shouldn't. This is just meant for me. I'm losing my sauce. I'm losing myself in the sauce of the fact that I'm uploading this to YouTube. No one's gonna fucking see this shit. Yeah, no way. No one's gonna fucking see this shit. I'm just uploading to YouTube, so I don't got this big ass fucking video taking up space on my console. And also, so it's immortalized, so I can come back to see it whenever I want to. But yeah, nobody's gonna fucking see this shit. No way, no shot. At least, no, I don't even want to make that modifier. I was gonna say at least no one that would care or is intelligent enough, or really just wants to stick around for this entire conversation anyway. Like, I don't even think I need to add that modifier. No one's gonna see this. There's no shot someone sees this video on just this random ass, small ass channel and is like, yeah, I'ma watch that shit. Self-therapy and the crew, yeah, I need to see that shit. Yeah, fucking right. No way. Absolutely not. And I guess if you are watching this, if you have any questions, let me know. That would be, I'm not, I pride myself on usually being correct when it comes to people and relationships and psychology. So, fuck, man. I'd love to be proven wrong, I guess. This would be I feel like a pretty funny thing to be wrong about. I'm not gonna lie. So, if you're watching this right now, and we're what, 30 minutes into this video. If you're still watching, you're a real Joe fan. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, ring the bell, leave a comment and say if you liked the video, if you have any questions. I don't know why that's so funny to me. It's really not that funny. But yeah, no shot anyone's gonna see this, and I stand by that. No one's gonna fucking see this. Oh, that's funny. That is funny though. But yeah, no, I'm not gonna. The context isn't really needed because I'm the only one presumably that's gonna be listening to this, and I know the context, so I don't really need to get into it. Not because it's bad. God damn it. Not because it's bad, but because it's an unnecessary time sink, frankly. And it seems like I'm getting towards the end of this race. But yeah, no, it's just an unnecessary time sink, really. I have no reason to talk about it, so I'm not gonna. Because I want to keep moving the conversation forward. I don't want to dive too much into the context of things. But yeah, I mean, I still love her. Hell, honestly, that was context in of itself. I forgot. The main point I'm making is just the recovery aspect of everything. She, the way she broke up, it just wasn't anything crazy. So I still love her. I still care about her. And I'm gonna give it one more try. And if she says that she never wants to see me again, then I'll start. I'll start working through that process of just accepting that, we're just never gonna meet again. Despite us going to the same college, but I guess we won't talk about that. I'll start the process of, getting over that. But I tried to do that immediately, and it just didn't. It did not go well. That shit hurt so bad. And I learned it's just because I was pretending to feel something I didn't feel. I wasn't being true to myself. I was acting like all upset, and I was like, "Fuck you! You broke up with me. How could you do this?" I was being a real "How could you?" Build a real "Why me?" But like that's not how I actually felt. But I guess it just didn't feel right to feel how I feel now. And the feel is I love her still. I love her as if like we're still friends. I love her as if this is just a bad argument that we had and we're going to talk about it again soon. I really just, like, in the deepest sense of the word, I don't feel like this is over. I don't feel like that should have ended the friendship. I don't feel no, because like those are opinions that I disagree that it should have ended the friendship. Like, I genuinely still feel connected to her. I still feel like I still have some type of relationship with her, friend or otherwise. I just don't get the sense that we've disconnected, that we're done, that we're through. That's like that's what I'm trying to say. I don't feel that way. Um, I don't really know how that would feel, I guess, but I can tell that like I don't feel. Um, I just don't feel apart from her. I don't feel like I think I'm over explaining it now. It really just as simple as I just don't feel disconnected from her. I don't feel like I'm not her friend anymore, and I don't feel like she's not mine. It's really just as simple as that. And once I embraced that feeling, I started to feel a lot better. It still hurt, but it wasn't anywhere near as bad as it did in the beginning. 'Cause I guess I was just hiding away from how I felt. But I'm not really sure. This is really the first time something this deep has happened. So I'm still working through it. But yeah, it's been a real up and down. And you know, it's just been really weird, especially the fact that it's been up and down. You know, 'cause I've just had some moments where I'm just like with the being motivated to make better friendships thing. I just, you know, get this feeling, this inspiration that I guess things are gonna be better. I don't know. It's hard to describe. But yeah, that's just kind of how I've been feeling. There's more to the recovery, more nuance. But like, that's kind of the short of it. And where I'm at now is just, I was actually gonna, you know, try to make myself cry to hopefully like feel through it a bit better. But I couldn't. And I've learned that the majority of the pain and the down moments doesn't come from majority of the pain from the down moments, it doesn't come from me missing her, me missing our relationship, me still loving her and me wanting her back. It doesn't come from any of that, actually, funnily enough. It comes from trying to recover, juggling the stress of trying to be productive while trying to deal with the feelings of, well, everything, I guess. It's hard. Okay, so, you know, you got the breakup that makes me feel things, makes me feel upset, and then you got the fact that I still got shit to do. The combination of those and me acknowledging the difficulty of that, and trying to make that balance is what makes me the most hurt. Because I'm super stressed and super like, I don't know a better word for it, but I just am super stressed trying to figure out how to deal with both at once, because I can't feel these deep feelings and be productive. I just can't. And trying to do both at the same time, I think, is what caused a lot of that pain and that hurt. So now that I'm only doing one at a time, I feel so much better. I think that's why I'm kind of in a good mood now. And it's the first good mood I've been in since the breakup, I think. 39 minutes. That didn't take very long at all. I'll keep it going. Cause I got more to say. But okay, that's gonna go on for a while. Did you? Yeah. Actually, no. I don't like that one. That shit sucked. But what was I saying? Shit, what was I saying? Fuck. Damn it, that really distracted me. Fuck, what was I saying? Oh man, what was I saying? No, I think I lost my train of thought. Okay, let me try to slow down. Let me think. Right, the stress of doing both of those sucks. It hurts. That's where the pain came from, and that was, you know, confirmed by a few other things before this, but it was really solidified today when I tried to cry. I tried to overload myself with the feelings, and it didn't work. And oddly enough, honestly, I felt better than I did when trying to balance both. Like, I still felt a bit of sadness, but I felt lighter. Like, unironically, I just felt lighter. I don't know if I would say relieved, but like, the feeling in my chest wasn't heavy, and it wasn't overbearing. I think it was still a little tight, because, you know, it is making me emotional, but the emotions aren't negative, so it's not enough to make me cry. It gives me the feeling like, oh, you know, that feeling that you get right before you're about to cry. But like I couldn't actually push myself over that edge. And it sounds like I was like, you know, just sitting down in our special place, just really intensely staring at a photo of her, be like, cry. No. I did try to relax and try to feel whatever came from, you know, looking at her, being in our spot, remembering her, and it just wasn't bad. The feeling just was not bad, because it doesn't feel like it's over. I still love her. You know, and there's all these things. Like, I don't feel bad. I don't feel sad. And, you know, I guess that's even more evidence to just how great the relationship was, because there was a point in the relationship, the first time after I went over her house and spent the night, well, her parents' house technically, and spent the night. You know, we convinced her parents. Well, not convinced. I convinced her to ask her parents because she was scared as fuck. And her parents said yeah. Obviously, you know, I had to sleep on the couch when it came to bedtime. But the point is, you know, I spent a lot of time with her that day, and after that day, I didn't feel like I missed her anymore. Like, that shit was so pivotal that I wrote about it. I wrote it in my notes app. I'm just like, damn. You know, I woke up, you know, I went to work after spending the night, and then, you know, after work, and then the next day, I'm just like, damn, I don't really miss Shawty. And it's not like you know, I don't give a fuck about her. It's like I think about her, and I don't feel anxious about the fact that we're not together. I'm not sitting in my room being like, oh, I wish you was with my baby. Oh, my baby girl, I miss you so much. It's just like, you know, I just be thinking about it. I'm just like, oh my God, that's my baby girl. You know, it was, you know, she had become a comfort to me. I can't remember what it was, but sometime after hanging out with her, or maybe even a little bit before hanging out at her house, she had just solidified herself as this constant source of comfort in my brain, where I was dealing with something. I really don't remember what it was, but it was making me feel bad. It was making me feel bad. It was making me feel sad. But like, I would think about her, you know, or like look at my lock screen with her on it, and I would just feel better, in just the most genuine sense possible. And it was so jarring to experience, cause like, damn, I've never felt like that before. I've never had someone be that for me before, I guess. To be so impactful that just the thought of you, like genuinely just the thought of her, like, made me no longer worried or upset, or even just in a bad mood, Like, to conceptualize that she could do that for me was huge. Like the fact that it wasn't intense, I feel like, is important, because it was just a subtle comfort. Like, I would be sad, you know, feeling something strong and negative, and I would think about her, and I would just feel relief, and then I would feel better. I wouldn't say happy, but I would be in a good mood. I wouldn't be indifferent. I wouldn't be neutral. I wouldn't just be okay. I would be good. I don't know if I would say happy, but I would feel good. And that I could say with my whole chest. God fucking damn it. can't see shit. And that was just huge. That was just a huge realization because, again, no one's done that for me before. So that was just, that was big. And, to get back on track, that's why I think one of the reasons why I don't feel terrible when I think about her. I do get sad that I'm not seeing her right now because I do miss her. But I don't feel sad as if we're done. I don't feel sad, or I don't think about her and get this feeling of sadness that you get when you know you'll never see that person again. I just know that I can't see her right now, and that, I don't know if I'll see her again, but I'm definitely gonna try. Maybe that's the consolation. And when she says that, yeah, no, I don't want to see you ever again, maybe then I'll feel terrible. But I don't know. I don't know. I've never felt like this, so I don't have any frame of reference at all for how I feel when I see her, why I feel this way now before seeing her, and all that other stuff. But yeah, I don't know if I have too much more to say about the whole thing, because frankly, I don't even remember the point that I was trying to make. So what the fuck am I? Because I don't even remember the point I was trying to make, if I'm being honest. But yeah, this is kind of where I am at the moment. Oh shit. This is kind of where I am at the moment. I should get back to my work now. I think this break has been really nice, really fun, but it's about time I get back to my work, and eat. I want to eat after I work because I like to watch YouTube while I eat. I don't want to get distracted. I've something I will note before I go is I'm really proud of how well I've gotten at being able to keep myself on track and keep myself working. Because yesterday I think was my last day that I had my medicine, and I was really nervous about today, and if I'll be able to get my work done, because it's just been a while since I've experienced how debilitating ADHD is. But I think the beneficial thing about the fact that my medication was really subtle, like I said, I had to up the dose, which just meant taking 2 at once, because I didn't really feel a whole lot from the initial 10 milligrams. I think I felt something initially, but as time went on, I began to notice the effects much less. So I told my doctor about it, and she told me, yeah, just start taking 2, and then we'll get you dosed up next time you pick up your medicine. And the feeling even then was also subtle, but I could definitely tell that that it was working. It wasn't helping everything. Again, it was like it was subtle in the sense that it gave me the option to focus. That's what happened with the first dose, when I started taking it at the beginning. It was just really subtle, and subtle is an overstatement, honestly. Like, I didn't notice anything until I tried to do some work, and I just realized my brain's kind of quiet. And then later that day, my friend was talking to me, and I noticed that focusing is really easy. I don't know if it was a coincidence, but I just found it really easy to pay attention to what they were saying, and it didn't feel like my mind was wandering at all, or that that I had stuff in my brain that was popping up that I wanted to say in the middle of her talking. It was really easy to just kind of hold my tongue, listen to her, and then speak when she was finished. And so I think the fact that it was subtle really helped me out, because it helped me get a good idea of how to focus, I guess. I don't really know how it could have translated to focusing without ADHD medicine, but it has. Being able to, I really surprised myself with the fact that I was able to just kind of sit down without much issue and just kind of work. I was only gonna work for an hour, but like I felt myself not really wanting to get up, and wanting to work more. I like was really getting dopamine from the awareness that hey, I'm focusing hard right now, and it wasn't even like the type of focus that's unstable, like hyper focusing. So I wasn't concerned that going away and then coming back would fuck with my ability to focus. That's why I was just like, oh, this shit kind of cool for real. This shit kind of sick. Oh my fucking god, this is fucking baloney. But yeah, like I'd only was gonna work for an hour, and honestly, I would have kept working, but I stunk. I stunk like bad. Well, okay, I didn't stink bad, but shit, I was smelly. So I went to go take a shower, and also do this. I thought it would be cool to get my ideas out. But maybe I mean, I think I still did get my thoughts out. So maybe when I go back, I'll be even less full of thoughts, and it'll be even easier to focus. But regardless, I think that's just all I wanted to add. Just really happy that I was able to focus, and that I plan to go back to focus again. I am really hungry though, so I don't know if I'll eat before doing work or work and then eat. But I guess we'll see. But yeah, we'll cut it off here. I am kind of like having a bit of fun, just kind of driving around mindlessly in the crew too. But I gotta get back to work. Maybe I'll do another one of these after I get done working. We'll see. But again, gotta say goodbye. I'm getting hooked.